Jason Smith and Jegma. Hello, YouTube world. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about the good old Seahawks becoming the number one seed, the number one in the NFC, to the road of the Super Bowl, in which it has to go through Seattle. Now they're 14-3. You know, they played a few of the teams twice, with the Rams and the 49ers. So basically, we'll be going over, these games and how they got here. Uh, the first game, they lost to the 49ers, which is okay, but they bounced back and beat the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is a huge win. And so, 14-3 is a hell of a it's a hell of a, well, not to say hell, but it's the way to go, to become the number one seed, right? Now, these games, some of them was close, but a lot of them wasn't close. But let's talk about these players. The wide receiver, Walker the third, he ran for a couple carries, a few yards, almost a touchdown. The wide receiver, Jason Smith and Jetta, he's always going to be somebody who is hard to guard, hard to stop. And let's talk about that number one defense, DeMarcus Lawrence. A few sacks, couple tackles, did his thing for sure. Now, let's talk about the coaches and the way that they are different from each other. So Pete Carroll, he's more of a finesse player a finesse coach in my opinion. He knows how to take no-name players and turn them into superstars, right? Now, Mike Darnold, he comes from Baltimore and becomes the Seahawks head coach. With his defensive mind and his schemes, I believe last year in Baltimore, they were top defensive team out there in the East Coast. So I was very confident because with him being from the East Coast, we played a lot of East Coast teams. For instance, let me see, the Vikings, the Commanders, and the Falcons. So he kind of already knows about that system out there in the East Coast, which is a huge advantage for us. And I noticed that not a lot of West Coast teams do good when they play East Coast teams. I'm not exactly sure why, but Mike Donald is a fantastic coach. First year, I give him a lot of praise. Now let's talk about our quarterback Sam Donald. Came from the Vikings. Um, I had my thoughts about him because of the situations that happened last year, but when it comes to 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, I do believe that he gotten better. He plays more calm, and he definitely has a lot to prove. Because if you want to get anywhere far, in the NFL, you got to be able to convert 3rd and 1, 3-2, 4th and 1, to give the defense an extra breath and to give the offense another chance to at least score 3 points. A touchdown, 3 points, and it's all good. We talked about the Minnesota playoffs last year. Now with it being the number 1 seed to the road to the Super Bowl, I mean, hey, Mike Donald, he definitely answered, rise to the occasion, I should say. Yeah, everything was cool, just here trying to, give out the stats, because the Seattle Seahawks, is number 1 road to the Super Bowl. Can't get more excited than that. So we'll definitely, we'll see what happens. The goal, we beat the Indiana Colts 18-16. Let me see. We beat the Rams 38-37. We beat the Panthers 27-10. And last night, we beat the 49ers. There was a lot of pushback on this game. People didn't think that Seattle could pull this off. I didn't have my doubts because, it was the first game of the season, a few weeks ago, and everything has changed, with Rashad Rashid. We added him to the lineup, to the roster, and he's playing a phenomenal job. Like I said, Sam Donald, he's definitely more in tune with his role as a quarterback, has a lot to prove. And I know he's been in a whole lot of situations, so he's able to, command the attention and to slow down and to make sure everything runs right. What more can we say? We went to the San Francisco 49ers. It was a windy city that night, and we took care of business. The Tennessee Titans, we beat them 38-24. Arizona Cardinals, we beat them 44-22. Let me see. Even the Texas Titans, we beat them guys 27-19. So, right now we got 2 weeks off. I'm excited. I haven't been this excited since, our last, back-to-back run when it comes to the Super Bowl a few years ago. So hopefully we'll see when it comes to Mike McDonald and his brilliant mind, what he can come up with, and we'll see what happens. That's my conclusion for today. I hope everybody has a good day. Stay positive, stay blessed, and always remember, make the right decisions and stay out of trouble.